February 12, 2023. Lyle Station Historic Schoolhouse and Museum applauds the multi-talented jazz singer and actress Adelaide Hall, born in Brooklyn in 1901. Her career stretched over 8 decades in America and Europe, with her appearing on stage with such jazz greats as Cab Calloway, Fats Waller, Josephine Baker, Louis Armstrong, Florence Mills, and Duke Ellington, the first female vocalist to both sing and record with the Duke. Early in her career, she introduced scat singing, wordless rhythm vocalizing, mostly used in jazz and recognized as one of the most complicated techniques in musical performances. Hall played a pivotal role in the Harlem Renaissance. While we recognize her as a celebrated African-American performer, she was included on Great Britain's list of the top 100 Great Black Britons in 2006. Vogue listed her as one of 7 remarkable black women who shaped British history, and she was listed in the Guinness Book of World Records in 2003 as the world's most enduring recording artist. Hall was born into music and performing. Her father was a music teacher and pianist, and Ada Overton Walker, her second cousin, was a celebrated theater actress. Hall and her sister sang in the church choir and performed together as the Hall Sisters. Adelaide first appeared on the Broadway stage in the musical Shuffle Along in 1921, and from there she knew no limits. She married Bertram Hicks, a British sailor who was a native of Trinidad in 1924. He opened a club in Harlem called the Big Apple and served as her business manager. Hall enjoyed a popular career in the States before heading out on the European tour of the show Chocolate Kitties in 1926. Hall's starring roles in Blackbirds and Brown Buddies with Bilbo Jangles Robinson catapulted Hall into international stardom. In the mid-1930s, she and her husband moved to Paris and then to London in 1939. Using his experience as a club owner in Harlem, they opened several nightclubs in Paris and London. Like Josephine Baker before her, she captivated European audiences. The first black woman given a long-term contract with the BBC, she made history with her own radio show titled Wrapped in Velvet. When World War II hit Europe, Hall went to work entertaining the troops as a member of the Entertainment's National Service Association and kept her clubs open. She toured with British troops and is said to hold the world record for the most number of encores performed by a single artist. That particular performance took place while the Germans dropped bombs around them. After the Luftwaffe bombed one of her clubs in London, she simply opened another one. Hall even enlisted as an officer in the British Army, awarded the rank of lieutenant, and had her own Jeep and driver. Adelaide explained in an interview, "If my husband can be a merchant Navy officer, I'm going to be a soldier." She was entitled to a uniform and had a special one designed for her. After her husband passed away in 1963, she performed less, though she did make a brief theatrical comeback after Francis Ford Coppola's movie, The Cotton Club, featured her signature song, Creole Love. The little girl born in Brooklyn made her mark on the world, leaving behind a wide repertoire of songs, stage appearances, and awards. Her influence can be heard in the performances of jazz singers still today. Adelaide Hall passed away after celebrating her 92nd birthday in 1993, a year after her final concert appearance. Her wish was to be buried next to her mother in Brooklyn, and during Michael Parkinson's eulogy of her, he stated, "Adelaide lived to be 92 and never grew old."